Imagine a time when hygiene was not as we know it today. A time when certain practices would send modern germaphobes running for the hills. Picture the Middle Ages, where everyday habits, now considered revolting, were the norm. We're about to delve into 8 such habits that will make your skin crawl. Stay tuned as we count down the 8 most unhygienic habits from the medieval ages. At number 8, we have infrequent bathing. Step back in time with us to the medieval ages, where bathing was a rare occurrence rather than a daily ritual. It was common for folks to share the same bathwater in public bathhouses, creating a veritable soup of germs and diseases. Imagine the buzz of conversation, the steamy air, and the countless invisible microbes making themselves at home in the tepid water. Quite the communal experience, wouldn't you say? Who knew that what we consider a daily routine was a luxury back then? Moving on to number 7, improper waste disposal. Picture this: streets functioning as open-air landfills, bodies of water transformed into cesspools. In the medieval times, this was the norm. There were no garbage trucks, no recycling bins. Instead, waste, both household and human, was often casually tossed into the streets or nearby water bodies. This lack of proper sanitation not only led to an assault on the senses, but also contributed significantly to widespread hygiene issues. Quite a contrast to the waste management systems we take for granted today. Clearly, waste management has come a long way since then. At number 6, we have the scarcity of drinking water. In the medieval ages, life was a bit more, shall we say, spirited. Water was a scarce commodity. Clean, drinkable water was even rarer. But people didn't just die of thirst. Oh no, they found a rather unconventional substitute: alcoholic beverages. Yes, you heard right. Ale and wine became the hydration salvation of the time. Brings a whole new meaning to a happy hour, doesn't it? Imagine having to replace your daily water intake with alcoholic beverages. Halfway through our countdown, at number 5, we have straw floors. Yes, you heard it right. In the medieval ages, homes didn't have the luxury of wooden or stone flooring. Instead, they were covered with straw, providing a cozy nest for a myriad of pests. This unhygienic practice was not only uncomfortable, but also led to a host of health issues. Over time, people recognized the problems associated with straw floors and started adopting wooden floors, a significant step towards improved living conditions. So next time you complain about vacuuming your carpet, remember it could have been straw. At number 4, the use of chamber pots. The medieval solution for those late-night calls of nature. Chamber pots were the go-to for nighttime waste disposal, a quaint and yet wholly unhygienic habit. The content of these pots didn't exactly find its way to a sewage system. No, in fact, they were simply flung out into the streets come morning. Imagine strolling down your local high street to the delightful cascade of yesterday's dinner. A rather pungent reminder of the past, wouldn't you say? Just a nightly reminder of how far we've come. Coming in at number 3, the use of nose bags. The medieval era, with its lack of sanitation, was rife with foul odors. To combat this, people took to wearing nose bags, but these weren't your average bags. They were filled with flowers, providing a natural, portable form of aromatherapy. A medieval solution to a medieval problem, if you will. The result, a constant whiff of floral freshness, no matter how grimy the surroundings. Who needs perfume when you have a bag of flowers? Almost there at number 2, the lack of hand washing. Now, this might sound preposterous to us, but believe it or not, hand washing was not a common practice during medieval times. The concept of germs and bacteria was alien to them. They didn't always use soap either. Yes, you heard that right. Soap, the staple of cleanliness in our lives today, was often a luxury item back then. This lack of hand hygiene undoubtedly contributed to the spread of disease and infections. Hand sanitizer, anyone? And the number 1 unhygienic habit of the medieval ages is using urine for medicinal purposes. Imagine that, folks. Back in the day, urine wasn't just waste to be flushed or discarded. Instead, it was considered a valuable resource, often utilized for treating wounds. The belief was that urine, being sterile, could help in warding off infections. However, the reality was far from it. The practice presented significant risks of infection, potentially causing more harm than good. That's one home remedy we're glad didn't stand the test of time. From infrequent bathing to using urine for medicinal purposes, these were the 8 most unhygienic habits of the medieval ages. We've explored the questionable practices of shared bath water, waste disposal in streets, the scarcity of drinking water, straw floors attracting pests, the use of chamber pots, the wearing of nose bags filled with flowers, and the lack of common hand washing. It's safe to say we've come a long way since then. Thank you for joining us on this journey back in time. Until next time, stay curious.